Let's be honest. Kahoot is a blast. The first dozen times you use it. The music pumps. The countdown begins. Everyone's frantically tapping their screens like they're defusing a bomb. It's exciting, sure, but also kind of the same thing on repeat. And after a while, that thrill starts to wear off. Kahoot is great at what it does. Fast-paced, competitive quizzes. But that's also its biggest limitation. It's mostly just one game mode. Not every student thrives under speed pressure, and not every lesson fits into a multiple-choice race. Some learners need time to think, collaborate, create, or even fail safely without the whole class watching their spaceship crash. So, if you're ready to shake things up and add some new flavors to your classroom game buffet, here are 10 fun Kahoot alternatives that keep students hooked. And that too, without giving them a digital adrenaline rush every time. Let's begin. 10. Pear Deck. Pear Deck is like Kahoot's quieter, more thoughtful cousin, the one who listens, nods thoughtfully, and then blows your mind with brilliant questions. It's designed to turn your existing Google Slides or PowerPoint presentations into interactive experiences, which means less reinventing the wheel and more dazzling your students. Instead of chaotic buzzer beating, Pear Deck lets students respond to questions in real time through open-ended text, drawing, drag and drop, or multiple choice formats. You can see everyone's answers instantly, including the shy ones who never raise their hands, and the whole class can discuss them anonymously. It's more like a collaborative conversation than a competition, which can be a refreshing change of pace. If Kahoot is karaoke night, Pear Deck is that chill acoustic set that still gets stuck in your head. 9. Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle basically lets you take videos, YouTube clips, your own recordings, or anything really, and transform them into interactive lessons. Imagine watching a video and suddenly it pauses and says, "Hey you!" Quick question. And that's Edpuzzle. It's perfect for flipping your classroom or just spicing things up when PowerPoints start to feel like a slow descent into boredom. Students watch, answer embedded questions, and you get to track who's actually paying attention. It's not always the one nodding enthusiastically. It's not as fast-paced as Kahoot, but if you want your students to actually remember what they watched instead of just clicking through while dreaming about snacks, Edpuzzle is your friend. It's like sneaking vegetables into mac and cheese. Students don't see the learning coming until it's too late. 8. Classcraft. Classcraft turns your classroom into a full-blown role-playing game. No, seriously. Students create fantasy characters, earn points for positive behavior, and form teams to complete quests. Learning becomes a storyline, and you become the game master. It's not about rapid-fire quiz questions like Kahoot, but about making the whole class experience immersive. Students level up by meeting goals, helping classmates, or just being decent human beings. That's a feat sometimes. And when they misbehave, you can deduct points in true Dungeon Master style. So if Kahoot is a sprint, Classcraft is an epic saga. Less speed, more dragons. 7. Mentimeter. Mentimeter is like giving your students a remote control for your brain, in a good way. You throw a question on the screen, and they respond in real time from their devices. Answers pop up instantly as word clouds, bar charts, or emoji-filled chaos. It's simple, clean, and works great for polls, quizzes, or just breaking up the monotony of lecturing while everyone zones out. Plus, it's super anonymous, so even your quietest students will suddenly have hot takes to share. Think of it as Kahoot's low-key, minimalist sibling who wears black, drinks espresso, and somehow makes everything look cool. 6. Nearpod. Nearpod takes your lessons and injects them with interactive magic. You upload slides, videos, or PDFs, then sprinkle in quizzes, polls, 3D models, VR field trips. Yes, field trips, without anyone leaving their seat, or you needing permission slips signed in triplicate. While Kahoot leans heavily on competition, Nearpod leans on engagement. Students go through the lesson with you, answering questions as they go, while you get real-time data on who's thriving and who's probably scrolling Instagram instead. It's like your old lessons, if they drank a double shot of espresso and decided to go skydiving. 5. Socrative. Socrative is all about formative assessment, but without the snooze fest vibe of traditional quizzes. It lets you run quick polls, exit tickets, and timed quizzes, and you see the results populate instantly on your screen like you're in mission control. There's even a fun little space race mode where student teams race spaceships across the screen by answering questions correctly. It's simple, it's fast, and it's perfect for checking understanding in the moment. If Kahoot is a party, Socrative is the post-party cleanup crew. Efficient, effective, and somehow satisfying. 4. Quizlet. Quizlet Live takes flashcards, which, let's be honest, are usually about as exciting as watching paint dry, and turns them into team-based competitions. Students work together to match terms and definitions while competing against other teams in real time. It's collaborative instead of cutthroat, and it reinforces vocabulary and key concepts without anyone realizing they're studying. Plus, it builds communication skills because if they don't talk to each other, they lose. And losing is apparently a fate worse than homework. It's like turning studying into a chaotic relay race, messy, loud, and somehow unforgettable. 3. Blooket. Blooket is pure chaos, and that's what makes it fantastic. You create or pick a question set, and then let students play it through wild game modes like Tower Defense, Gold Quest, or Battle Royale. They answer questions to gain power-ups, sabotage each other, or steal gold like pint-sized pirates. It's way more game-first than Kahoot, which keeps students laser-focused on winning while sneakily learning in the process. The competitive energy is off the charts. Your classroom might briefly sound like a sports stadium. Imagine Kahoot drank 5 energy drinks and joined a Mario Kart tournament. That's Blooket. 2. Gimkit. Gimkit was actually created by a high school student, which might explain why kids are obsessed with it. It's a live quiz game like Kahoot, but with an addicting twist. Students earn virtual cash for correct answers, which they can spend on power-ups, multipliers, and other sneaky upgrades to outsmart their classmates. It's fast-paced, strategy-driven, and somehow gets even your most reluctant learners plotting their way to victory like little stockbrokers. Plus, you can assign games for homework, and it auto-grades. Bless. It's like Kahoot, but with capitalism. Tiny, chaotic capitalism. 1. Wayground, better known as Quizzes. And now, the reigning champ of Kahoot alternatives. Quizzes, the platform has been rebranded to Wayground. It does everything Kahoot does. Live quizzes, fun music, meme-filled vibes, but it also lets students play at their own pace. No more panicking, clicking just to keep up. They can think, then answer, which means actual learning can sneak in between all the fun. Wayground or Quizzes also comes with millions, yes, millions of pre-made quizzes, or you can make your own. It's great for live class play, homework, or even solo review sessions when students pretend to study but are actually procrastinating with style. If Kahoot is the flashy pop star, Quizzes is the chill chart topper who still gets stuck in everyone's head. So here we are, the best tools that you can rely on in place of Kahoot. Kahoot might be the rock star of game-based learning, but it's not the only show in town. From the calm collaboration of Pear Deck to the absolute madness of Blooket and the strategic chaos of Gimkit, there's something for every teaching style. And of course, every attention span. Honestly, the best move is to mix and match. Use Quizzes when you want fun without the frenzy, throw in Nearpod or Edpuzzle when you need deeper engagement, and unleash classcraft when your inner dungeon master demands glory. At the end of the day, real magic isn't the tool you use. It's how you use it to make learning feel less like a chore and more like an adventure. And if you can get a laugh or two along the way, even better.